we are talking winter weather today in the Sioux Falls School District. It's inevitable. This time of year, we're always going to have that weather that throws us a 1-2 punch or a curveball or however you want to say it. Dr. Maher, it's your favorite topic to discuss on Envision.
You know, this time of year with the holidays and the feel-good, that just doesn't fit.
Weighs heavily on your shoulders, doesn't it?
We like the Christmas snow.
Exactly.
We like it to look
peaceful.
Pretty and not cause any problems, but that's just not the reality that we have.
No, it's not. And we have a big responsibility of getting our students to and from school safely, as well as our staff members. And it's a large chunk of our community that is impacted by this weather and decisions about whether we're having school, are we going to stay the whole day, are we starting late? It's a tough one, isn't it?
That's a really tough one. You know, if we would just get huge snowstorms, that would make it really easy. And we just close down. Or
sure.
If we would have those snow events that begin maybe at 6 p.m. at night and they're done by 2 a.m.
Sure.
And then you can make the decision, you know, have time to make that decision, but that is also not the reality that we live in. So we have to make those decisions as best we can. Right before Thanksgiving, we had a snow event. And, you know, that we didn't know when it was going to start, when it was going to end, and that's typically how it goes.
One thing that the community might be happy to know is we are in direct contact with the National Weather Service and our community first responders. So days ahead of when a storm is expected in our area, we're receiving information and alerts from trusted weather partners who are, you know, giving us a heads up as to how things go. And of course, weather systems always swing or move one direction based on winds or where the storm is coming from. But we do have a great resource in that those professionals are including us in those conversations.
Without a doubt. You know, emergency management gives us a heads up days in advance, you know, as long as they know.
Right.
Outstanding information to really put us on high alert for weather events. The National Weather Service, we're tied in directly to the National Weather Service. And Peter and the folks at the National Weather Service are phenomenal at helping us with up-to-the-minute accounts of what we can expect. The city street crews, just to know, are we going to be able to have roads that are clear? Is it likely that walkways will be clear? All of those things are things that we use, data that we analyze before we ever make a decision.
Right, and so then when a decision is made, communicating that is very important. We want to make sure our parents have their correct phone numbers available to the schools. So if you've gotten rid of a landline recently or changed a cell phone number, do take time to update the schools because that's how you'll be receiving information from us.
Yeah, that's really important. And oftentimes we'll get a call after an event and either we didn't update a system. That happens occasionally, but more often it's that we weren't notified of a change in address or phone number or contact information. So that's important. You know, the other thing too, when I think of parents and that contact information, when we make a decision, we will try to make it so that parents can react and have time to react, because we know that daycare and keeping care of all of your kids, from our youngest learners to our oldest learners. Parents like to know where their seniors are as well. So
especially if their seniors get behind the wheel. Of a car.
So we try to get that information out to parents as quickly as we can, but not so quickly that we make a bad decision. So there's a real balance there.
Right. It is a tough decision to make, and one that's always made with the whole in mind, the community itself. And if we can have school, we will have school.
Right.
That's important to have consistency and not put a bunch of students out on the streets or at home where they're not supervised when they could, in fact, be learning.
We want to make sure that our kids can get to school safely and can get home safely. We also want to make sure that our kids who don't have the opportunities that your kids do or my kids do, or now my grandkids do, in terms of having a healthy home environment from a nutritional standpoint. But we feed a lot of kids breakfast and lunch. So, well, that doesn't trump the safety issue that also weighs on our mind when we think about having school or not having school.
Right. Well, it is one of the most difficult. I started this by saying your favorite, and I know it's not your favorite topic to discuss on Envision, but it is a necessary topic that...
Yeah, you bring it up every year.
I do. I bring it up every year because I want our parents to know that we're working hard to make the best decisions possible, and you know, the weather forecast changes quickly, and we realize sometimes we should have changed more quickly also. So
I am not infallible when it comes to this decision, without a doubt.
All right, you heard it here.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for joining us today on Envision, and stay safe during this winter weather season.